Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Venitia and I'm delighted to find you again on this channel. And this is your timeless reading. Okay, this is meant to find you when you are ready to hear its message. So of course it's a general reading, so it may not pertain to your situation 100%, and that's okay. Okay, take what makes sense and you know what resonates and you just drop the rest. It's just as simple as that. I'm going to use tarot oracles and we shall see how to proceed, and I'm going to read this step by step. And yes, coffee, because strong black coffee is necessary. Okay. Okay, cheers. So we will start with the tarot. So today I kind of feel I'm going to take a few cards, but I was thinking some of you are bummed out or stressed. Your energy is not exactly top level or where it should be because you feel that on your path you're not exactly where you're supposed to be. You had goals, you had aspirations in life, you had an idea of how to fit in the world, or you had ideas on how to find your way in the world. And you're kind of bummed out because your reality is not fitting. Okay, there is some kind of a distance between you and your goals. Like you're trying to reach that goal, it's on the horizon, but as much as you go on that path, the horizon is going backwards, so it always seems to be so far away. So we shall see. Okay, and it's like some of you change careers and it's not exactly where it should be. Okay, so let's see. First, I'm going to cut that back, and this is going to be, as I always say, the title of the book, okay? And then we are going to read that chapter by chapter. Okay, so, yeah, huge change. You had to switch something in your life. You had to start back, sometimes at zero. There was a huge change in your life. Could be for different reasons, okay? But you had possibly a burnout, or you were tired of a situation. You had to change for one reason or another. Maybe your job was simply terminated because the company was, over, and you had to change your path. So this is where you're at right now. And of course, it's not the easiest situation. There is a lot of transformation going on. And yes, you were pondering, you were waiting, you were like, I knew in my intuition that I had to change. I knew that it was coming, and your sense of security is, all awake here because you're wondering what if. And yeah, your sense of security and all of that, it's, you've got fears, okay? Between what was in the plan and what the results are, there is a huge gap. Okay. Okay. So you're rewriting now your plans, you're reviewing your goals. You feel that you have to go out of your comfort zone for some. Okay. This is where you're at. Okay. The Hermit. So you are closing a chapter, definitely. Okay, you are reviewing lessons of the past. Maybe there is a sense of inner crisis here. You're studying. You could be an expert in your field. You've got deep knowledge. You're not viewing reality with pink-colored glasses. So you could not, be more realistic here. And you are not lost in illusion of grandeur or something. This is realistic. Yeah, I need to change. I need to close that chapter. I've got experience. You could feel like where I am at that age, I didn't expect to be there, to start again. So, yeah, scarcity could also be on your brain. You have to go here. Find your place in the world, okay? So you feel like, okay, I've got to start again, and this is my goal. This is recognition. This is being seen, this is being supported, this is finding your place, this is understanding, this is integration, this is being out there and being seen, celebrating and receiving your reward. And what you have to do, this is the advice. Okay, so the Hermit could be a little bit, you know, you've got to heal from something, you've got to get back in your energy. You probably had, for some reason, a time out, like you were retreating, you were not out there. And the Strength card says you've got to take the bull by the horns here. You have to roll up your sleeve, you have to get back on that field, you've got to show up, you've got to be, you know, full of that fighting spirit. And you've got it deep inside of you, but it needs to be awakened in a way. Okay, so you've got to concentrate on that, because you know that this is not the time to rest on your laurels or just to be backtracking here, or, you know, you've got to go out there and do it. So, yeah, let's see now. Okay, I'm going to take this one. So, the advice is the Strength. Okay, okay, okay. I hope you have seen, because I don't know how I place my camera exactly, but I think you've seen those cards flipping out. Okay, this is, you've got to be holding on. Okay, so don't give up, not just yet. Times may have been quite tough for you. You've been closing cycle. This is hold on tight. Your rewards are coming. The path is gonna get clearer. I know that the world out there is kind of tough, and yes, you could be quite worn out here. You could be tired. You could say, oh, I'm going to give up. No, this is not the time to give up. With Strength as the advice, and this is, don't give up just before you make it. Okay, this is very important. And yeah, the Devil. So you could have a voice here. You know, he is, you know, sending something here away. Could be a galaxy. Could be, actually, it's a key. Okay, in the design here, you've got the solution here in order to get away from your situation, or you are about to find the key, the solution to the problems. But this voice inside of you is saying, just give up. Okay, there is no use. You have done your time, or you are not going to make it. This is an illusion. You are not going to make it. You're not going to earn money doing what you do. You are not going to find a job at your age. You are not going to find love at your age or something. This could be all the kinds of inner voices that are speaking in your mind, or the people sometimes around you that are trying to influence you just to give up because they don't want to see you winning. Okay, so this could be stuff that people have been telling you because they are jealous or this or that, or they have their own trials and tribulation, and they kind of project that on you. But what you have to remember is that you've got experience, you've got strength, you've got stamina as well. It's going to come back. If you feel like your energy level has been low, it's going to come back. Okay, we shall proceed that step by step, but this is your goal. You should focus on your goal. You should not focus on what didn't work, other than, you know, taking a lesson. You should see what are the clues, what failed, what worked, and concentrate on what works. People who make it sometimes tell you how they've been proceeding in order to make it, okay? But they don't tell you how many times they fail. So behind everyone who is seen in the world, who is receiving rewards, who is just sitting on top, there is a lot of trials and tribulation. There is always something that is, you know, not on stage, but that is backstage, you know. But what you see is only what is staged, the making it. So yes, the spotlight could be on that, but you are here, you know, working in the background, and you have seen where it failed. So you can take a lesson from that. This is your experience, and you are going to put that experience to work. So definitely be holding on, and you've got the, you know, the stamina to stand in front of adversity, even though you may not feel like it. So don't listen to that inner voice that says you are not going to make it. At the back, we've got victory and success. So this could be, you know, with the world. This is your goal. This is where you want to go. Okay, let's keep on. Okay. Okay. One. Okay. This is very close to the Devil. Okay. This is being at a crossroads. There are lots of thoughts in your mind. So you feel I mean, your attention, your span of attention is completely, you see what doesn't work. That is one key. Don't concentrate only on that, because there is a mental conflict here. And there could be someone around you that is kind of, sometimes not even in a nasty way, but telling you stuff because he or she is worried about you, but he doesn't bring any energy, positive energy onto your project. He's kind of undermining your efforts, and you are listening to that, and then starts the trouble, because first you were full of energy, up and going, and then that person comes up and says, well, this is never going to work. And then your mind goes in for a loop. So be aware of that. So you have to turn around, not listen to those people who are always seeing the bad in things, always worried. You have to switch gear and concentrate on you. Also, you need to level up your energy. So maybe there are certain things that you could do each and every morning in order to get more energized. It could be, I don't know, going out for a walk each and every morning, having some kind of routine in order to get the machine going. You know what I mean? Change your routines here. Be very hands-on, okay? And go get some fresh air. It's going to help you to take the bull by the horns. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, see, this is where you're at. There is the goal here, but you are turning around because boredom. You tried so many things and you're bored out of a feeling that everyone is celebrating but you. It's just like, poor me, why am I not making it? Okay, so you can turn around here. You have to change that attitude because this is not helping you. Be very, kind of black and white about it. Is it working? Thinking about this and this and that, or is it taking my energy down? If it takes your energy down, then switch. Focus on this goal, okay? Because if you don't kind of work your mental here, it's going to be in a loop and it's not going to help you. You literally have to brainwash your brain, brainwash your brain, yeah, of course, to brainwash yourself into victory. You could feel like, I need a reset, okay? That's why we also had the death card at the beginning. You need a complete reset of your brain. And this is going to help you just to put the devil, the mental conflict, and the boredom away. You need to brainwash yourself into success. Okay, wisdom. So there are goals here. There is knowledge. So this could be related to the hermit, who is a person of experience. You've got some experience here that you can teach to the world. There is a book, so that is knowledge, that is experience, that is a philosophy in life. There is a purpose. So you have to reconnect here your energy to your purpose in life. If you feel like, yeah, but that's exactly what I'm seeking, my purpose in life. I feel like I'm missing out on something. There's something inside of me that I don't understand. I used to be so up and going about my goals into my life, my goals in my life. But nowadays it's like, why? Okay, I don't fit in the world anymore. I'm trying to find my way. It's absolutely normal if you don't have the same goals as you were younger. You need now to be very true with that. It is absolutely normal to change your purpose in life. The values that you had before are not the values that you have now. You could be a little bit more blunt, and it's going to serve you. Maybe you were trying too much to fit in, and there are some people around you that could be so easily hurt, right? And so you kind of try to fit in because you fear rejection. And you're going to find out that if you are actually very blunt with people, some people are going to walk away because they are not going to be able to, deal with your energy. But it's going to be a clearance. And because those people around you, they don't serve your purpose, And you have to be very blunt. If it doesn't serve my purpose, then it is out. Maybe we are finished, with our relationship, friendship, or whatever. I'm finished. I'm done with that. I have been closing a cycle. I have taken all that I could take from that relationship, from that job. And now I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to switch gear. And to people who are telling me you are not going to make it, blah, 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 this is eating up your energy. If it drains you, it is out. Just put that frame set into your mind. If it helps you, you keep it. If it drains you, it's out. It's clearance. Why would you keep that in your life if it just takes your energy away? There is no sense. You have to focus on your goal and only on that. Do something every day. Every little steps count in order to get back to your goal. And review that. Note it down. And concentrate on that and only on that each and every day. Just show up like the strength card. Books are fine, if it keeps you motivated and such, they are motivational speeches and everything. But what is most important is being in action. Strength is all about action. It's all about taking that bull by the horn, harnessing, that lion. It's the alignment of mind, soul, spirit, and putting it into action. If you don't act on your goals, if you don't act, then it's worth nothing. Be very blunt with the people around you and with yourself. Now I am working on my goal. If you are not there to support me in any way, then I don't have time right now for you. Okay, so this is the wisdom card. You could possibly teach someone with your energy, but you could also learn here quite a bit, okay? Could be using your potential in a brand new way, could be learning something. It's putting your experience to use here. It's also the teaching card. So, learning something or teaching something, or both, okay? Because very close to the Hermit. Okay, this is, again, like the Strength card. It's 11, so we've got 2 times. I mean, in the French tarot, Strength is 11. For those who are wondering, no, it's justice, whatever. This is stability. This is finding your place where you feel stable, where you feel like you are recognized, when you are not lying to yourself, trying to fit in. And it can be very subtle, Sometimes we do things because we think that this is the way it works, and then it is not congruent with our energy. So you've got all the tools here, okay? And it's putting them to good use. It's finding your stability. It's making that blunt choice. It's making, all that it takes in order to get to your goals. Okay, moving on. Okay, this is the crown chakra. Spirituality. Again, your intuition, your gut feeling, your strength, keeping the faith. This is going to help you. Okay. You gotta have faith in order to move mountain. People who never move mountain will tell you this is not worth it. Okay, we've got several cards here. We've got partnership, alliances, your goals, the number 3, which is expansion. Okay, so there is reaching out, being hands-on, maybe some kind of partnership, maybe you're teaching that are going to help you people in order to get there. At the back we've got positive movement towards the horizon. So yes, you are getting closer to the horizon. It seems like your goal was far away, but you are moving on. You are definitely leaving something behind and getting back to your goals. Okay, what makes you passionate right now? There is something here about the advice. This character only moves with passion, and passion that is all about faith. If you're trying to do things and you're not exactly 100% convinced, but you're just trying because someone told you this is the way to go, and don't dream too much, or don't think that this is going to work, proceed this way, you are not totally convinced of that. And that is why it doesn't work. Because you need to be fully lit by your passion in order for things to work. If you don't do that, if you go by someone else's process, it is not going to work. Because all your gut, all your feeling, all your energy, that is not aligned. So people are not going to buy it because they don't trust. People sense that, okay, whether you're passionate about something or whether you're just doing things mechanically, you know, you've got to reconnect to the passion. Okay, we've got solitude. So this is a lot of inner learning. So this is where you're at right now, reviewing life goals and thinking, what do I keep? What do I leave? What do I leave behind? So you also have very little patience right now with people who are telling you dumb things. And you know what? Good. If someone is driving you up the wall with stupid gossip or, useless talk, if you were patient before, just be blunt. I don't have time right now for that. I've got work to do, or I just have to rest a little because I've got a heavy day tomorrow. So thank you, but no thanks. Be blunt about it. You have to protect your energy. If people are eating you up, it's all that energy that you cannot put into your goals. What is most important? Pleasing those people that you find a little bit stupid or not concentrating on the right things in life and, eating up your energy, or you and your goal. What is most important? The tarot is very clear. Concentrate on what is going to make you, satisfied in life. Be blunt about it. This is my goal, and every day I'm showing up and I'm doing stuff. It might not have been, all that until now, but it's just a question of time because I'm refining my ways, I'm finding my way out, and I'm walking the walk. We are not in the same path of life. You might not understand what I'm doing, but that's you. Bye. I don't have time for gossip or stupid talk. I need to be alone in order to, get my energy aligned and so that I can show up. And I'm concentrating now on myself. And you will be surprised because solitude is not something that is going to make you feel alone. You're going to feel relieved, okay? Because there is not that noise, and it's going to help you concentrate your energy and be focused so much. You're not going to feel alone because you are going to work on yourself and your days will be full, okay? So, as I said, emotional retreat, upside down, okay? You just have to retreat somehow. Maybe you were not doing it because, sometimes we feel like, yeah, if I say that to that person is not going to understand or everything. So just be loud and clear. I don't have time. I need my retreat right now. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. It's part of the spiritual and material experience that you're going through. You just have to take away your energy. And some people like misery, they are miserable, so they want you to be miserable as well and not reach your goals. That's on them, not on you. You have to concentrate here on that move towards the horizon. You cannot take everyone and everything with you. Okay, so let's put that aside. And let's concentrate on that, the goals, okay? So, showing up every day. There is something that you have been praying for. Okay, this is the wish fulfillment, the praying, the spirituality. Okay, the lights, the fire inside of you, the faith to move mountains. Okay. Okay, woman card. Could be you, okay? Could be a person around you. Okay. Okay. You have to forgive yourself. You have not made it quite yet, but it's okay. You've been making mistakes. People who say they never made mistakes, well, either they don't have any experience in life, that's one, or, you know, they haven't done anything. Well, they haven't done anything, or they don't have any experience in life, or they are lying. You know, you just know. It's either a lie or they don't have any experience at all. Maybe you have to kind of forgive someone because they said things to you that derailed your energy. And this is being at peace with that, okay? It's like, okay, fine. Moving on, okay? I forgive, I don't forget, moving on. Okay, but forgive yourself too. We all make wrong choices, okay? The most important thing is to show up again, and this is wisdom, okay? This is what you gain while making mistakes. You have the wisdom, you have the experience, okay? And now you're going to put that experience to good work, okay? Okay, meditation. So this is something that could help you in order to focus on your goal. As I said, try to stay away from noise, gossip, and useless talk. And this is your rebirth, okay? The rebirth, like that shape that we have in the world card. This is the brand new world. You are going to birth something here. It could be your project, it could be the new you, all the stuff that you have been working on. It is there, okay? Okay. This is the new life. So, lots of sadness here. And the new beginning, the initiation. So, through the turmoil that you have been through, you have learned something invaluable that is going to turn into, some kind of a teaching, something that you are going to put to good use. You are much wiser now. But there was a dark time. Maybe you have lost someone, because sometimes the death card is also that. So there could have been some grieving here. The grieving of a past job, the grieving of a person, the grieving of a whole life, something that you were deeply invested in. And now, with initiation, you are being very hands-on with something new. But you also have a lot of fire inside of you, okay? A lot of, I think spirituality is stronger even than before. Okay. Okay. This is the winning card, the rewards. You've got the paper, which could means, that you are receiving some kind of diploma, it's the contract, the signed paper, the laurels, the reward, the coins, So this means hang in there, as it was said before, that was the very first card, okay? You also had victory, of course. Where is it? Oh, God. There, okay? Hang in there. Don't listen to those voices saying this is useless. Okay? You winning will be your best revenge. They are useless. No one can stand now between you and your success because you are going to show up every day. You're going to put your experience to good use. There is some kind of movement, so you could be totally changing, location, jobs, way of working, way of putting yourself outside in the world. You are trying new things. You are putting some bad energy, away from you, at bay. You're, tuning in to something more important. You are leveling up here. And you are very hands-on. So this is not just mental working on things. It's also being there, showing up, doing it, okay? Walking the walk. Not just simply reading about walking the walk. Okay, going to change. Okay. Okay, the present moment. Okay, concentrating on what is happening now. Opening up to possibilities. And there is that energy which could be very mental here that is showing that you're exhausted at times because I've been trying everything and it doesn't seem to work. Keep on keeping, okay? You could feel like, stretching yourself thin at times. So you need to recuperate definitely at some moments. So if someone is making you feel all that burden, all that pressure, all that, what was represented by the devil as well, you have to put those things aside. Turn around. Just, it drains you, so it's out. I said it before. It either supports you or it doesn't support you. If it doesn't support you, it is out. Okay. Enough with, compromising with people. We're trying to fit in, absolutely. And at the back of the deck, we've got success. So this is what you have to be keeping your energy on. So your success is there. But there's a lot of effort that still needs to be done. So it's not going to be always easy. This is what you have to know. There is some kind of fighting spirit inside of you. And this is what you have to be concentrating on. Concentrate on the fighting spirit. The rest is useless. Okay. We're going to close off with this one. Okay, it's not showing up. Ah, it's there. Support. Okay, it says if you've got a second chance, you've got to grab it with both hands. Okay, so this implies that there has been a change in life that was very deep, very tough. You literally wanted to go in the mountain. It's an image, but who knows? In the mountain and isolate yourself. You've done enough thinking and now you're ready to come back. Grabbing situation with both hands. The bull by the horns. Life is offering you here a second chance. But it is asking you to be very clear about yourself. To show up each and every day. To eliminate the dark thoughts or the people who drains you. To be very focused and to be very blunt. If you are somewhat lazy, the universe is not going to respond. You really have to show up and give yourself a good kick, And then you will have that birth of a new project, that fresh, brand new energy. The Hermit is, old energy, the end of a cycle. It's also wisdom and knowledge that you can put to good use. But now you have to dust yourself up as the Strength card. Take it by the horns, and this is brand new energy. This is very much alive, okay? This is kind of old and passé. You've got to be jumping, here on that white bull or something. Go get it, okay? Try new things. Don't try the old way. There is something new here. Study, you've got enough wisdom for that. Study what the world needs and be there. Don't be rehashing all the old ways. The world as it is now needs more courageous, blunt, and fierce people. You need to act where you are needed in this world. Okay, so this is the Star, the isolation card. This is also the home card, so some people could be working from home, you know, or were without a job for quite some time. And maybe, you know, in some kind of an ivory tower, you know, isolated again. A lot of thinking, a lot of mind. Okay, despotism. So this is related to your past when there was a, you know, troubles possibly at work, or the loss, or, you know, feeling attached to something and not being able to unstuck yourself, like you were in a prison of the mind of some sort, you know, trusting that devil energy that was saying you're not going to be able to free yourself, you're this or that, and you won't be able to make it. Okay, so this is what you have to fight mostly. So it will take place in your life. You know, all kinds of people are listening to this video. So for some of you, it's someone who said that. For some of you, you told yourself that. For some of others, it was, you know, at work when you heard people trying to take you down. Okay, I sense that for some, you know, with all these crowds, they were people bad-mouthing you, talking about you. And there were too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many people were trying to be the CEO of your life and telling you, you should be doing this and you should be doing that. This could be family, this could be colleagues. There were too many people involved way up in your business and telling you what to do. And as a result, you were kind of stuck into that mental prison, thinking, I should be doing this, I should be doing that in order to fit in order to be part of the team or whatever. Too many cooks in the kitchen. And as you are the one who has to eat the meal, take them out of your kitchen. Okay. Excellent. The table, as I said, too many cooks in the kitchen. You don't want to eat what they are serving you, right? Cook for yourself. You don't want to eat what they are preparing you. You've had it up to here. This is being, you know, hands-on. This either feeds my energy or it poisons me. The table. You are the cook here. No coincidences, okay? There are way too many cards in this game. The table, as I was just saying, too many cooks. Kind of fits. You know, you have to be crossing swords here. This is the law, you know, when you're fighting with someone, could be fighting with yourself, but this is crossing, okay? It's like your energy is forbidden at my table. No, I don't want to eat that up. Move out. This is being very blunt sometimes in order to protect your energy, in order to protect your life, in order to protect your, you know, your job. They could be fighting with you, okay? Some people I sense around you are relentless at telling you what to do and how to do it. And as a result, you know, this could be related to your family who don't want you up there. It's like you have to be in that area, in that perimeter, is that the right word? You know, they don't want you out. We have always been like that in the family, so you should be like us. This is the spirit of the clan. You don't go outside of the clan. You don't change ways like that. You have to act like this, like that. Okay. And this is costing you your money, your abundance. So you have to make a very clear choice here. Either you remain in that area in order to fit in, and yet they will still find stuff to say to you because you don't fit in enough. You know, you still have to do this, you still have to do that. Who is uncomfortable? You are. And they are not satisfied in any way. They will still find you this and that doesn't work. So you have to put them out, okay? Even though they don't like it, you have to free yourself and act on what you know is good for you. And this is going to bring you money, okay? I mean, those advices that they are telling you are taking away or blocking your abundance. You take them out of the equation, okay? And you're going to cash in. They think you cannot make money with your plan. If you keep on doing what you do and you refine, okay, your ways, you proceed as you go, you learn from your mistakes, then you're going to get your reward. If you listen to them, you know, you are just going to derail your energy. And the fact that they told you you're never going to make it, it's going to come true. Because you have to be courageous here, take the bull by the horns, and find your own way. And your way is not their way. They have to stay in their lane. Because you are working on your own personal lane. You could be, you know, like the black sheep in the family, the black sheep in an organization, the black sheep, you know, you're not like them. And good, because this is going to be all the difference. That's going to bring you money in your life. You have to be different than them. And you know down deep inside that you are. And that's why they don't like you, because they sense that you can have that elevation and they want to keep you small. Like them. Okay? Or be, you know, how's this the word? They want you to fit in, you know. But hey, you're not bland, right? You are full of color, full of fighting spirit, and okay, this is pleasure. So this is related to some, you know, the table, but this is saying do as you please. There is something that brings you a lot of pleasure that could bring you money. So yeah, you have to show up though. And this is inheritance. So this is your legacy, you know. So what do you want your legacy to be? Someone who fits in and is uncomfortable because trying to fit in all the time, or someone who was paving a brand new way, a brand new lane. Focus on your goals. This is going to be your legacy, and you're going to enjoy what you do actually. So of course you won't always have friends. We have the enemy card, but you cannot please everybody. First of all, that doesn't exist, okay? And if someone doesn't like you, sometimes it's a very good sign. That person doesn't like me. Of course that person doesn't like me, because, you know, they hate my guts. But the strength card has a lot of guts and is very gracious also at doing so. So I hope this makes sense to you, okay? I hope it resonates. Take what makes sense. Drop the rest, okay? It's a general reading, timeless reading. So I hope this finds you as you are a little bit lost here in your energy and you need to be a little bit more pumped up than aligned. So thank you for listening. Please consider sharing, subscribing, liking, you know the drill, okay? And let me know in the comment. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Venitia. Bye for now.